Hey, what's up, everyone? What's up, Shalawam, Shalawam? I had a good laugh. I thought I would share this shit with you guys. Oh, shit, man. Oh, shit. Okay. So, anyways, this video is about a white guy who was flying his Confederate flag in Detroit, Michigan. A city that is mostly black. Well, at least it was in the early 2000s. But I got a great laugh out of this shit, man. This just shows you the arrogance and the ego of white people, man, and how they think they're better than you no matter what. Let's continue. Let's go ahead.
Having to fly the flag right in front of his own home, and now the city's mayor is weighing in on
this.
No
matter what their condition is, they think they're better than you.
Is in Roseville tonight.
They could be blind. They could be deaf. They could be all types of fucked up. And they still think that they're better than you, Negro. Oh, man. This shit, I swear, this shit had me in tears, man.
Why he's displaying it in the midst of the violence in Virginia.
Let's see if I...
They're
Okay. Let's see if I can make it through this video without laughing. Well, at least through the part with the guy. Let's see if I can make it through here without laughing.
Maybe 2 American flags out here, but as of last night, there was a Confederate flag right near that door. But
and mind you, people, if you have a family member or a friend who has the same condition as this guy, I'm not making fun of them. I'm making fun of this guy. This guy. And people like him. And I'll explain that more after the fact.
But the man who lives here has taken it down since we're in front of his house. He tells us that he is an Army veteran who got injured in Iraq, and those injuries impair his speech. But it's clear what the Confederate flag means to him.
That means not welcome.
Not welcome?
No.
Who's not welcome?
Arabic people, black people.
This man did not want to give us his name, but he did not mind giving us his name. He has Nazi symbol tattoos like this SS and says he supports Hitler because he is of German descent. What would you say to people who are offended by this?
Oh, shit.
I don't have anything with this.
We got ticked off about the flag when a Facebook user saw it as she drove it on Tuesday.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Tells us he's an Army veteran who was injured in Iraq.
Man.
He says his injuries impaired his speech, but not his freedom of speech. He patiently answered our questions.
Whew. I'm sorry, guys. I just couldn't. I couldn't, man. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. Oh, man. Even when a fucking white person is mentally fucking damaged, when they're fucking mentally retarded, they still think they're better than you. I don't know if you guys seen the video, but it took place, I think, a few years ago, where the guy who was autistic, I think he was autistic, where he, like, grabbed some guy's kid, some black man's kid, and, like, punched him or tripped him. He did something like that while they were standing in the fast food line. I can't remember if it was, like, at a McDonald's or a Burger King. I can't remember. But, he attacked a black kid for no fucking reason. Some mentally retarded guy. So it just shows you it doesn't matter what state they're in. They can be less of a human than you in the sense of having less of their senses, and they still think they're better than you. Just like this guy right here. You can tell this dude does meth. He has meth mouth. You can tell this guy does drugs. Yet these motherfuckers still think they're better than you. I remember I watched this one documentary. I don't know if it was done by Barcraft or whatever they're called, or was it by, what's the other one that does those little documentaries? I can't remember what their name is, but they're very big. They do a lot of documentaries. They're probably like the most popular one on YouTube. They have their own website and everything. But they did a documentary on racism here in the United States. They went and visited, they had a biracial guy go and visit these different white supremacist groups, and most of the people you seen down there, I mean, it's funny because the overtly racist white people, majority of them are poor white people. I mean, they are peasants type of white people. If you were to go back in the 1400s, 1300s, 1200s, back during the medieval age, well, actually, that wasn't during the medieval age, but even during the Renaissance age, excuse me, in Europe, those people, those peasants back then would be your modern day white trash. I mean, they look just like them. Fucking meth mouth with no teeth in there. Just a big old chin, big old jaw because they have no teeth. Looking like they're 50 years old when they're actually in their damn 30s. You know what I'm saying? You know, you have most of those people who are the overtly racist white people. And those are ones that you usually see at the Klan meetings and neo-Nazis. But my point is that no matter what their condition is, even if they have less of their senses than you, they can't speak right, they're mentally retarded, they're deaf, they're blind one eye, they're missing all their teeth because of bad hygiene and drug problems, you know, they smell, they're fucking 500 pounds, whatever. They still think that they're better than you. And that is part of them. They know they have an inferiority complex. You know, they're very fragile, very sensitive people, and they try to make everybody else feel like they're sensitive when it's actually them who are sensitive. You know, and it's funny because this guy, like I tell you dudes, let me see if I can go back. Like I tell you, you ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna see if you caught it, because this is one thing I mention very, very often. I can't remember if I uploaded a video, but I made a video recently about what I'm about to show you guys.
Plus, that he
Welcome.
Not welcome?
No.
Who's not welcome?
No. He's like your fucking 3-year-old child, you know what I'm saying? And he still think that he's better than you. Look, he's trying to formulate a thought and he can't even do that properly. But still, he's better than her. He's better than a nigger, a spick, a chink, a sand nigger. All of those. Because he's white. Because his skin. Because of his inferior skin, he's better than you guys. Look, he still haven't came to the thought yet.
Arabic people, black people.
This man did not want to give us his name, but he did not mind giving us his opinion. He has Nazi symbol tattoos like this SS, and says he supports Hitler because he is of German descent.
See, that's what I was talking about. Majority of white people here in the United States are of German descent. I believe it's about 65% of white people of European descent here in the United States are of German descent. So like I said, most of these people who go to these rallies, who's part of these you know, white supremacist groups, these white nationalist groups, guess what? Majority of them are German. Majority of their family, majority of their ancestors, I will probably say like 98% of them, their ancestors, came over here less than 200 years ago. Majority of their ancestors came over here after the 1800s. They flooded the United States with Germans and Western Europeans during, well, slightly before, during, and after the 2 world wars. So majority of these white people who tell you to get the fuck out of their country have less cultural identity, less cultural relevance, and less they have less, I would say they have less basically rights to this country. Not really, but the point is that their people came over way after you did. Your people have been here. If you're of African American descent, our people supposedly been here for a few hundred years. We've been here for about 400 years, at least in the U.S. In the Americas, we've been here for 500 years. In the U.S., we've been here for like about 400 something years, right? His family only came over less. His family probably came here less than 100 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Yet he feels like he has more right to this country than you do. Simply because he's white. So, in saying that, he will be, just like many white people will say, oh, well, I have nothing to do with slavery. My family didn't enslave black people. Just because I'm white, that doesn't mean nothing. But yet, at the same time, they want to claim this country and everything that comes with it. Just because they're white. Well, now since you're white and you want to claim this country, even though you have been here way less than black people have, and you want to claim everything that there is to be white about this country, why won't you claim slavery then? Because you straight up benefit from it. You benefit directly from it just from being white. You know what I'm saying? So y'all want to accept that part, like, oh, I'm more American than you because I'm white, even though my ancestors came over here a few hundred years after yours. You want to take on everything that white man, because it's funny, because even when you go back in history, when you go back to the 1800s, the late 1700s, 1800s, when they were inventing a lot of stuff over here during the industrialization of America, the whites that were here were inventing stuff, just like they were stealing stuff from blacks, and blacks were here inventing also. A modern day white person like him, whose ancestry only goes back to the 1930s, will sit there and claim that. They will claim that piece of history. Well, white people were the ones who created cars. We created cars, blah, blah, blah. But it was a white American of English or Scottish descent who did that. It wasn't an American of German descent whose family only been over here since the 1930s. You see my point? They want to claim that. They want to claim that they're American. They want to claim everything that America has to offer, except for when it comes to slavery. Then when it comes to slavery, oh, my family didn't do that. We didn't own slaves. During slavery, my family was back over in Europe. But yeah, you just claimed everything else that other white Europeans did that your white European ancestors didn't do. But when it comes to that, you don't want to claim it. Hypocrites. That's what the fuck most of these white people are. They're fucking hypocrites. They want to accept all the good things, but then when it comes to the bad things, oh, my ancestors had nothing to do with it. Yet you feel like you're more American than me. I mean, I really don't give a fuck about feeling American, really. But they feel like they have more rights to this land. They feel like they have more right to claim this land than black people do. Even though majority of these white people here in the United States are of German descent, and most of their ancestry goes back in the United States only to like the 1920s, 1930s. While your ancestors have been over here for hundreds of years. That just shows you the hypocrisy with these fucking white people. Look at this guy. He's proud as hell. He's out of shape, mentally fucked up, and he's better than any nigger. Oh, this shit, it has me in tears, man. Like, that shit tore me up. It was so hilarious. But see, that's white people. White people, I can't stand them. I cannot fucking stand them. My older brother, he is a fucking Uncle Tom. He has a white girlfriend, and I cannot fucking stand the bitch. I can't. She has all the classic traits of a white person. Inconsiderate. You know, fucking, oh my god, she's fucking entitled. She's just, I just can't fucking stand it, man. I can't even stand to even see this woman. The only reason why I see her is just because I go over my brother's house to visit him. We have like a little family dinner on Sunday, and that's when I see her, and I just can't stand to just look at her, man. And just, I can't stand to be around her. Like I said, she's very entitled, and it's just sick, man. It's just sick. She's like the classic white person, you know, when you don't even want to talk to the fucking white person, they just butt up in your business and just talk to you and talk about random shit that has nothing to do with anything. I fucking hate that, and white people do that shit so fucking often. Now, if it's my coworker, okay, I'll be like, okay, I gotta go on. I gotta move on. But her, since that's my brother's girlfriend, I'm like, okay, just don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. and also, like, she's very fucking rude. She will put herself, like, say if I'm talking to my brother, she'll just come up in between both of us. I'm like, excuse you? you know. But she does not give a fuck. She's just, if I could, I'd throw her into a fucking pit. But that's a typical white person. And you know, it's funny because my brother, he was so fucking like well, let me say this. My older brother, he was always somewhat of a sellout. I'm just gonna put it like this. He was a sellout. Somewhat of a sellout. He was always a sellout. He never dated a white girl before, but he was always very into white culture. And don't get it twisted. Like, I listened to rock growing up. Linkin Park is one of my favorite bands. That's probably like the only rock group that I could vouch for, that I would say that's actually good. Don't get me wrong, I know there's other good ones out there, whatever, but that's the only one I really fucked with over the years. And it was because I just like the music that they made, and then also because they did rock and rap, you know what I'm saying. They had Mike Shinoda, who was the rapper of the group, so it was a very interesting group, you know what I'm saying. And I think that's why black people, I mean, I'm not the only black person, I actually know a lot of black people from the hood, from the streets, who listen to Linkin Park, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I listened to, you know, some rock growing up and pop and stuff like that. But my brother, he was just so much more into it. He had white friends. When he went to Ohio State, the dorm that he stayed in, he was the only black guy, you know what I'm saying? So he was so ingrained in that culture while I was very resistant to that culture. You know, but he never had a excuse me. He never had a white girlfriend before, but if my memory is correct, he never had a black one neither. He only had an Asian girlfriend that he had for a long time. She was a dark Asian too. She wasn't from Singapore. She wasn't from the Philippines. She was from Indonesia. So she had a lot of black people there. There's a lot of black people in Indonesia. I mean, like, black people. I'm not talking about the Negrito people. I'm not talking about them. The ones who are obviously black Asians because they have chinky eyes. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about like actual black people that can blend in with fucking African Americans and stuff. So yeah, he had an Asian girlfriend. He never had a black girlfriend. He never had a white girlfriend before. But then he started dating this white girl earlier this year, you know. So I can't stand her at all, you know. I just can't stand being around white people for too long because they have those tendencies. They're very annoying. They want attention. They're attention starved, and it's the same thing with her. She always wants my fucking attention, man. You know, it just makes me sick. It's like, you're not my fucking girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like, why in the fuck are you begging for my attention? More than anyone, she be trying to get my attention. And I don't think, I know it has nothing to do with her being attracted to me. It's just that for some reason she just wants my fucking attention, and it just pisses me off. Yeah, sorry about that. But anyways, yeah, like I said, man, like, she just always wants my fucking attention. I cannot stand this shit, man. But this is how these white people feel. They always feel like they're better than you. Oh, and that reminds me, I saw this other video on World Star Hip Hop earlier today. I saw this one where this gay dude smacked this sister, and she wasn't even being like, look, I am one of those guys who feel like if a woman is whooping your ass, you better defend yourself. If you gotta whoop her ass just to save yourself, whoop her fucking ass. But if it's unwarranted, you shouldn't put your hands on a fucking woman. You know what I'm saying? Or anyone, period. Even if it's a fucking guy. If no one has put their hands on you, you shouldn't put your hands on them. You know what I'm saying? Unless you feel like they're about to whoop your ass. But I'm the person who likes to let people hit me first, so that I can be like, okay, you hit me first, now I have a reason to whoop your ass. But you know, you shouldn't, like, this dude, this fucking gay guy. This is why I can't stand gay guys, because they're worse than fucking women. They're more emotional than women are. But there's this gay dude who smacked the fuck out of his sister, man. This shit made me mad. She had her baby with her too, man. If this was the mother of my child, this nigga be in the hospital on life support. I'm not even joking, man. I mean, look at this shit. I'm gonna turn the volume down. But she's not even being confrontational with him. You know, I'll just turn it up.
But let me just tell you something. No, Mommy, not saying no, doing too much. Because I'm recording. You want to fit on social and stuff. Look at this, they're so cute.
Black women. Why do y'all befriend these fucking gay ass niggas? I don't get it. These niggas are direct competition with y'all. And then they're worse than the worst fucking women. Like, these niggas, they don't even, first of all, they're confused on what the fuck they are. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers think they're women. Some of them don't think that they're women. Some of them just like to fuck with guys. Some of them, I mean, they're just confused, period. They're just fucked up mentally. So why would you even want to be friends with them? That doesn't make any fucking sense with me. That doesn't make any sense to me. Why the fuck you want to befriend your competition? And why the hell would you want to be with someone who doesn't even know their sexual orientation and who likes to fuck other men? It doesn't make sense to me at all. You really don't see too many guys with gay female friends. You don't see that shit too often. But you see a lot of black women with gay male friends. I used to see it all the time in the hood. Black women with gay dudes as friends. And that shit just, it doesn't make any sense to me at all. It really doesn't. It just, I don't get it. And black women are the biggest. They accept gay people more than anyone else does. More than anyone else do. Black women do. You don't see too many white girls walking around with gay guys. You don't see too many black guys walking around with gay guys. You don't see too many white guys walking around with gay guys. But you see tons of fucking black women walking around with gay dudes as friends. And the shit doesn't make any sense at all. It just doesn't. And like I said before, a few times before, they're direct competition. And, you know, they'll say like, oh, they're not checking for every guy. My sister, she told me that shit before. She told me and my cousins and my brothers that, like, because we knew a dude growing up who was very suspect. And then in high school, he kind of, like, he came out, but he didn't come out officially. But now it's just blatant that this nigga's straight gay. And my sister, she told us like, oh, he's not checking for y'all. Blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, well, she was trying to make it seem like, oh, he's not checking for us because we're not gay or whatever. But I'm like, that's bullshit, man. These gay niggas is crazy. Because one time when I was in high school, I was riding a bus to school or football practice. I can't remember where I was riding from or to. But I remember it was a gang of gay ass niggas on the bus. It was a whole gang of these motherfuckers. And they were just sitting there. Oh man, I was sick after that fucking ride. Because they were sitting there talking about what they were doing to their guys, their boyfriends and all this shit, right? And then they were like pointing out guys walking down the street like, ooh, I would do that to him. Ooh, if I could turn him out, I would. Just So don't tell me that these gay niggas, if they could that they wouldn't turn out straight niggas. They wouldn't, you know, turn out straight niggas to gay niggas. You know what I'm saying? These gay niggas be checking for straight dudes too, man. If they can turn a straight nigga out, they would. They would. But anyways, I want to get off this topic because I can't stand gay people, period. But anyways, going back to the whole race thing, because I kind of went off track a little bit. I wanted to go back. Let me see if I can go back. My screen recorder's in the way. Oh yeah, here it goes. I didn't even finish this. My bad. Yeah, so
I got the what?
I'm not talking to you.
Okay.
She's not trying to be confrontational with this guy.
Okay. I getted you, baby. That's what I did.
You felt like you did.
No, I didn't feel like I did.
But you didn't.
No, I didn't feel like I did. You see her?
Yes, not today.
She be faking. Like, you just be faking.
Even though the chick is telling this clown to calm the fuck down.
No, because I'm not going to play with no cunt like this. Like, who is you? You're late.
You know, see, if there was a guy there, if her dude was there, this bitch ass, fucking faggot ass nigga wouldn't have done this shit.
Like, look at you. I'm what? No. If I was born, I would.
No, he's gay. That's what's wrong with him. See, this is why y'all females, y'all need to start hanging out with these gay ass niggas, period, man. I would have bodied this nigga after this shit.
No, bitch, don't ever play with me.
Vaughn, I know you did not just hit her while
You fucking... And then he ran off like a fucking faggot, man. And he looked like he got her good, man. Like he hit her in the eye, little... I'll kill this nigga, man.
No, bitch, don't ever play with me.
Vaughn, I know you did not just hit her while
Vaughn.
the baby in her head.
I didn't hit the baby.
But she could have dropped the baby, you clown. Can't stand gay niggas, man. Oh yeah, John Jones is this motherfucker has been he's been tested for being dirty. Oh man, I wonder. You know, I'm kind of wondering because look, this is what I'm thinking. If they don't strip him from the title, because Dana White is saying something about, I think they said that he's not going to strip him from the title. And if they don't strip him from the title, I think that they staged the shit. I don't think that Bones is dirty. Why? Because they probably want a round 3. You know, they want everybody to think, like, oh, he's positive, he's positive. But in actuality, he's not. But they're just doing that because they want a round 3, so that, you know, Cormier can come back like, okay, yeah, you said that you was clean, but you were really positive for fucking steroids and all this shit. So now I know I can beat you. I could have beat you that night. So now I want a round 3. And I believe it's that if they do not strip the title from him. Now, if they strip the title from him, okay, I believe, yeah, this motherfucker is really positive. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, where's the other video that I want to look at? Oh, yeah, this one right here. Where the cops, these racist ass cops. I'm guessing this is taking place in New York because that's like the only fucking place where people don't have patios. They don't have yards and shit like that. That's why I'm glad I don't live in a place like New York where it's overcrowded and people are literally living on top of each other. But this guy, these 2 cops put out the fucking grill on these people. And there's this one guy who keeps saying there's kids here, there's kids here, and I'm gonna talk about that. He thought he was getting his grill on.
You wildin', officer, you wildin', yo. You on some real disrespectful shit, dude.
Man, ask him if he gives a fuck. You a dick sucker. Y'all should have threw a bottle upside his motherfucking head, man. Y'all should have jumped him and then scrammed out. And I bet money he wouldn't do no dumb shit like that anymore.
Crazy. There's kids out here and all that. 10 minutes later. There's kids out here and everything, boy. You feel better? That's crazy, boy. There's kids out here, bro. Crazy, yo. Like, for real. Look, there's kids out here. Kids out here, boy.
There's kids out here. What the fuck does that mean to him? He doesn't give a fuck about that. See, that's the thing that makes me mad about black people. Is that we think that these people see us as equals. And we think that these people are fucking human. They're not. They're evil fucking people. Yes, there are kids out there, but you think he gives a fuck about that? If he could have his way, he will Mike Brown those fucking kids. You know what I'm saying? So why are you trying to play on this dude's sympathy when you know that they're racist? You know, New York is one of those places that has one of the highest rates of like racist cops and shit, like outwardly racist. I mean, they're known for being outwardly racist. Them and LAPD are like known for being the most racist fucking cops in the United States. Why do you think they give a fuck about you? There's kids out here. Who gives a fuck? If he could, he'd kill all those kids in your ass. If he could get away with it. You Negroes be killing me, man. See, in Negroes like that guy, there's kids out here. There's kids out here, officer. Though people like him are the ones who still walk around and think that we live in a post-racial society and that we're all equal. Because only a person like that could be so delusional. You know what I'm saying? Only a person like that could be so damn delusional. Anyways, that's all I have to say. I've been talking for a long time. So I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out and shalom.